A powerful and mighty warrior goes by the name Beowulf has just defeated the Almighty's enemy and his fierce mother. Beowulf had just become the king of the Geats. The brave, bold Beowulf boasted from his victory and proclaimed that nobody could ever defeat him, for he was the strongest warrior of them all. Suddenly appeared the most magically powerful and wisest of the gods, Odin. He addressed the Geats, saying, "Greetings, mighty Beowulf. I heard of your great victory in the land of the Danes, and I would like to extend my sincerest gratitude toward your great accomplishment. Be that as it may, I should warn you that another soul by the name of Achilles possesses great strength and has potential to lead to your demise." Beowulf replied, "What is this foolishness you speak of? There is nobody better than the great and powerful Beowulf. I foresee on your future that your self-glorification will lead to the fall of your reign as king. I have warned you of your boastfulness, and it's time for me to depart. Take caution of my words, Beowulf." Beowulf found himself spiraling in self-doubt. He was baffled that another warrior who possessed similar qualities could ever exist. He shouted, "Nobody is stronger than I. I have defeated numerous monsters that harmed many lords. I could defeat Achilles just like I defeated that monstrous, devious Grendel and his wicked mother. I could defeat anyone." Unlucky for Beowulf, the clever yet mischievous Hermes overheard him stating he was stronger than Achilles. That night, Hermes traveled all the way to Greece to relay the message to the invincible Achilles. Once Achilles got word of what Beowulf had said, he was furious. "How dare this buffoon speak poorly of me? I am far more elite than any warrior known to mankind, especially that simple and senseless Beowulf. If that coward Beowulf wants to talk ill of me behind my back, rather than facing me like a man, then he should have no fear of dueling me to see who really is the strongest, bravest warrior alive. My dear friend Hermes, relay this message back to Beowulf, and his best men and I shall duel in the land of the Geats in 5 days' time." Hermes followed the instructions of Achilles and went back to the land of the Geats. 5 days has passed, and Achilles has entered the land of the Geats. With him on his side were the powerful gods Zeus, Athena, and Ares. They walked up to the door where Beowulf was, and Achilles infuriatingly shouted, "Come out, you coward Beowulf! Since you speak so ill of me, I am here to prove who really is the strongest warrior. Come from your castle and prepare to duel." Beowulf emerged from his castle with great Odin, Thor, and the Almighty on his side. The two strong warriors and their men begin to sprint towards each other with the intent to tear their enemies limb from limb. Beowulf unveiled his enormous sword and with all of his might swung it at Achilles' neck. Unfortunate for Beowulf, Achilles ducked and escaped the wrath of Beowulf's sword. While Achilles and Beowulf were battling, the god of the sky and the god of thunder were fighting with their mighty thunderbolts as if there was a horrible storm. Odin and Athena were fighting about who had more wisdom. Ares was watching the chaos emerge, for he was the god of war and loved violence. The battle between Beowulf and Achilles went on for hours, and a victory had not yet occurred. Beowulf and Achilles had an equal amount of strength and could not defeat each other. Suddenly, a huge monster with 3 heads and 8 arms emerged from the ground of the Geats. Surprised by this monster's appearance, Beowulf and Achilles stopped fighting and asked this demonic being why he had come. The miserable monster was angered by the noise of Beowulf and Achilles' battle and wanted to kill them because they disturbed his sleep. The monster began attacking Beowulf and Achilles and all of their warriors by knocking them all around the ground and throwing them across the land like they were a chew toy. They were no match for this gigantic beast. They quickly realized that only way they were going to defeat this monster is if they would work together. So Beowulf, Achilles, and Ares all charged at the monster with their swords aiming for his neck. Thor and Zeus started to unleash their thunderbolts at the monster's 3 heads. Athena and Odin used their intelligence and strategically climbed up the monster's back so they could rip out the monster's heart, which is the only way to kill him. Because they worked together, the monster grew so weak that Athena and Odin were able to rip its heart out, which finally killed it. They have all avoided a huge disaster and realized that working together to defeat the greater evil is far more important than proving a point.